Hi, I'm Deborah Keller, and I am suffering from a bout of Bell's palsy. I was diagnosed Monday morning at Cleveland Regional Medical Center in Shelby, but it actually started Sunday. Some of the physical manifestations of this is that half of my face is frozen like it's Novocaine. I can't really close this eye because the lid is paralyzed. And if you'll look, when I raise my eyebrows, I can only raise on half the forehead. And see how the lip goes over? When I try to smile, it's, nothing's working over here. The fact that the eye won't close means it draws out really bad, and you can see this is drooping some, and it gets really painful. So I've just been kind of putting a light Kleenex on it. Get my hair fixed here. Like that's so important. But it kind of keeps it protected doing it that way. But I really want to document and show what's happening with this. Today is Wednesday the 18th. It's my third day. Sunday is when I started noticing it. I woke up with a really bad metallic taste in my mouth, kind of like rusted iron. I had a twitch under that left eyelid, like a tick that you get sometimes. That went away. Went and ate breakfast. Taste never went away. The taste issue stayed all day long. I was visiting my daughter, so I went shopping with her Sunday. Got really, really tired. Came home. We packed up to go home, and I just felt like all this was just fatigue that was brought on from a GI bug that I'd had 2 weeks ago that just wiped me out. So we got in the car, we were driving home. It took about an hour and a half to come home. We're driving for about an hour, and I kept telling my husband, so my left eye just feels weird. Feels really weird. And then this beautiful sunset was happening. Gorgeous. So I grabbed my camera, because I do photography, to take pictures, but I am a viewfinder photographer. So I closed my right eye and looked through. I closed my left eye and looked through with my right eye. I couldn't close it. And I told my husband, I said, something's really weird. I can't close my eye. We were starting to come into Shelby at that point and felt a little tingly around my lip, but it still looked okay. We discussed going to the ER, and I said, well, I'm really tired. Let's just go home. Let me get some sleep. Let's see how I did. I had a stroke back in 98, and when I get really tired, I get really weak on that left side. And I thought, okay, you just really have pushed it this time, girl. You just did too much, too fast. So we came home. By the time I went to bed, I was starting to have a little problem with the mouth. But again, I was like, I need to rest. So I went to bed. Took an aspirin before I went to bed because I'm a firm believer that aspirin is good for anything. Heart attack, stroke, Bell's palsy, potential blood clot, anything. Take an aspirin. So I took an aspirin, went to bed. Woke up at 6:30, walked in the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and realized the entire side of my face was frozen. Tried to smile, wouldn't happen. I'm 57 years old with a history of a stroke. I have the factor V Leiden, which makes you paranoid anyway. I didn't want to be stupid. I knew my grips were good. I could walk good. My pressure was good. I checked it. Vital signs were good. But I didn't want to be stupid. Went and woke my husband up, and I said, let's go to the ER. Let's go find out what this is. If it is a stroke, I don't want to mess around with it. I don't want to go through that again. So we get in the car. We drive. It took about 45 minutes to drive down there. It's a long drive. I'll be honest with you. I was scared. I knew it looked like a palsy, but with my history, I wasn't sure. I just thought about how awful it'd be to be aphasic again, to not be able to move, to lose cognitive function. I was really, really worried. Got down there, the people at Cleveland Regional Medical Center were phenomenal. Had me back in a room, had a physician in there seeing me within 5 minutes. The physician took one look at what was going on with me, and where I showed you the forehead separation before, that's a classic Bell's palsy. Classic. She knew immediately what it was. Diagnosed me. We discussed prednisone because I'd had a reaction to prednisone 12 years ago. Had a psychotic episode while I was taking it. Heard squirrels talk. Just, it was horrible. But we decided this was a critical need. It was the only way to treat it. So prednisone it was. If squirrels started talking, then we just dealt with it. I would write down what they said. I don't know. Anyway, had to get better. Came home after going to the drugstore. We got eye lubricant. We got all this stuff because my eye would not shut. We got some paper tape. We got gauze. Got all this stuff. Came home, worked on it, putting the drops in it. The lubricant actually felt better. Taped the eyelid shut because I couldn't seem to get it shut. Started noticing the left side of my tongue felt like it had been scalded by a hot substance or something. Wasn't sure, had I really rubbed my tongue raw on my teeth? Or was this nerve feeling? I don't know. The eye was getting very uncomfortable, painful. One of the big problems is, you don't want to get your eye too dry. You don't want to scratch your cornea. You don't want to get an infection. So I asked my husband to help remove the strip of tape that was taping my eyelid down so we could put some more ointment on it. Well, he's not a medical person. When he took the tape was sticking and he just did the old Band-Aid thing, better to rip it off fast. Oh, abraded my eyelid. Really, really painful. So at that point, we just put the ointment in. I lightly took my finger and held it shut and just kept working my eyeball around. It was bad. Called the acupuncture and made an appointment because I did some research. Mayo Clinic said some people respond to acupuncture since it's nerve impingement. I have an acupuncturist who's been treating my shoulder and my knee with fantabulous results. And so I called her and said, would you do this? She said, yeah, come in tomorrow morning. So went in for my first treatment on Tuesday. And she did the acupuncture. She did it around here, back behind the ear, in front here, around here, and a couple of places here. Felt pretty good after that. Felt some tingling here. Felt a little sensation around my eyelid. Not really a tingling, but a sensation. Went with my husband to the grocery store just to pick up a couple things and noticed my eye was tearing. And I thought that was a really good sign because my eye had not teared before. Came home, rested for a bit. I had to be at this meeting. It was a short meeting. It was only about 30-40 minutes. But I had to show up. Had to be there. So I got him to drive me down there. Went to the meeting. Left and came home and was trying to write a couple articles on some events that had happened during the day. The left eye just became unbearably painful. Felt like I had scratched the inside of it. Could not stand it. We put the drops in it, we put the ointment in it, it wasn't helping. I was trying to move it around, and finally I realized that if I grabbed my eyebrow and lifted the eyebrow up and held the lid down with the other finger, that it got better. Now, I don't know if I had a little hematoma in there from where the tape came off and the eye was feeling that. I don't know. But I was like 5 minutes away from going to the ER being a screaming idiot over it. It was horrible. But it got better. My husband noticed that I was moving the lid just a little. That it looked like the lid was dropping some, which it had not done because it had been wide open. So I did not tape it. I just put a light little piece of very soft Kleenex on it and put the eye patch on it. Was able to sleep pretty good. Got up this morning and the eye felt pretty good. The tongue, ugh, it's horrible. I don't know if you see it. The whole side of it feels burned. It's really bizarre. Took my prednisone this morning, felt a little nauseous, but haven't really been able to eat. Peanut butter and honey, I usually have a spoon of that every morning before I have my coffee. And I actually got him to put it in the microwave this morning and soften it so I could kind of drink it more than anything else. And then I took my prednisone and made me kind of sick to my stomach with the prednisone this morning. Went and had my acupuncture, and she did this really cool thing with this nerve conduction device. This thing's driving me crazy right here. But anyway, it doesn't hurt, but it just looks weird. And so she traced the nerves all out to see where the best place to put the needles. Well, today she put one right up here and right there, several across there. And the one she put right here, and I usually do pretty good with acupuncture. This one felt like it went through my gum. Oh my God. But it was just the initial. Once it went in there, it was okay. This one also, or this one right here, very, very tender. Oh my God. But now once they were in, they were okay. The one she did around here and around the eye, they didn't hurt at all. The one she did right behind my ear was tender, but, not that bad. When she took those out, I'd had the eye taped down for that, and I have a video of her doing that, which I'll show. But I felt a little flutter in the eyelid. It was just almost imperceptible, but felt a flutter. And then felt a more significant tingle along here and here than I had felt. So I'm taking that as a really good sign. I came home today after that, very, very tired. Just tired. Took 2 Benadryl because I am so tired, and the anti-inflammatory with the Benadryl, all this is inflamed, impinged nerve, so it's not going to hurt. It'll be fine with the prednisone, and it helps me relax and rest some. But I want to document this journey and what we're doing here. I want people to see how it goes down. I am so grateful that this was not a stroke, that it's Bell's palsy. I understand I may have to deal with this for 3 to 6 months. I understand that I may have some permanent deficits, but it's not a stroke. And that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. Take it from somebody that's had a stroke. It's kind of cool having the pirate patch, so kids love it. I think I need a, this is just softening my face right now. I think I need a stuffed parrot to put on my shoulder. I think it'd be really cute, maybe right there. And the way your mouth is shaped, I can go arg really well. Now saying words that start with B and V are very hard because of the shape of the lip. But learned a trick. If I take my finger and pull my lip like this, like Mike Myers in the, I forgot the name of the movie now, it was where he was taking over the world. Anyway, when he was Mr. Evil or something. And, $1 million. I can hold this and I can say the B's and the V's much better. So I thought, well, if I don't use my little finger, if I use this one when I'm answering a question and just kind of look at them like I'm being very thoughtful, I may could pull that off halfway. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Again, I don't feel depressed or bad. I just, I got to figure out this temporary normal and live with it and see what we're doing. And I want people to understand these things happen. It doesn't mean you have to just sit down and not do anything or have to hide, and you just go through it. I'm older, It's going to be a little different. Younger people do everything faster. They heal faster, everything. So I expect it's going to take me a little longer. But I'm very excited about the acupuncture and doing that in conjunction with the prednisone and see how that works. Welcome to my journey. I hope you don't have to go through this. But if you are, and if it's happening to you, I hope maybe something in this documentary of this will help you. But in the meantime, we're going to get through it as best we can. We're going to take it one day at a time. And in my best pirate voice, I'll say, "Arrgh, mateys. Check you tomorrow." Bye, guys.